Hello and welcome into Full Screen Podcast. I'm your host, Kira Aster, and joining me today, as always, now that she's demure, Brat, Hottoggo. It's Raven Ebert. How are you, Raven?
I really appreciated that your body went into anaphylactic shock trying to call me demure.
Captured all the summer trends, now that we're back.
I think of all the three, Midwest Princess has been in my rotation the most. And I think after that is Brat, because I have been really gravitating towards Charlie XCX's songs for work. I don't know why, but the image I always have is of myself looking at amplitude charts while listening to 360.
Is it Charlie in the front and Chapel in the back?
I hope Chapel will take me in the back. But yeah, I don't know. This is the most I have enjoyed new music, so it's definitely a change for me.
Dance pop is just so back, and it feels good. It's 2010, 2008, 2005, and pop is alive. Dancey pop we're talking, you know what I
mean? And for people our age, it's literally the best years of the music from our middle and high school, and then combined with that time in our life where we got to have disposable income for the first time. We had depression, but we just didn't acknowledge it. So everything was great.
Yeah, I guess with all the sad music for the Z's, it's good that they are acknowledging that times suck and we're sad. We did not acknowledge it.
I know that Boy Genius has one dedicated listener, and that is David Zaslav, as he is looking through the quarterly earnings of Warner Brothers Discovery and seeing the stock price plummet. Dude. He has that and Tortured Poets Department on heavy rotation.
Good God.
Yeah.
So we are now back. We took a little bit of a break, summer break, a couple months. But I want to do a little bit lightning round recap for you, Raven. So I'm going to say 4 or 5, maybe more, just kind of news in the pop culture streaming world, and offer a one-sentence reaction to those. How does that sound?
I can't promise it'll be one sentence.
Okay. All right. Deadpool is the highest grossing R-rated movie, crossing the Joker. I think that's enough. That's a good reaction. The Aussies, oi oi oi, gave us a white girl who got breakdancing removed from the Olympics.
White Australians take the L, all right? Hugh Jackman is back with his dignity stripped from him. He's going to be doing Wolverine at children's birthday parties. Kate Blanchett flopping at the box office.
Just rough. Starz and BritBox launching a new bundle together, announced by Lionsgate.
Interesting. I feel Starz has a lot. Is the polar opposite of BritBox. I think that.
But Outlander, there's some synergy.
Yeah,
right? That's
I guess. Yeah, that is a Starz show.
Now listen, BritBox does seem demure when compared to Starz.
I was gonna say Outlander probably has more nudity than BritBox wants to accommodate for, but
yeah. But the Brits get freaky. All right, next one.
They really don't. Unless it's with their food. They get nasty with it on their food. And yeah, keep that to yourselves.
Acknowledged. Disney, Fox, Warner Brothers powered sports app, which is our favorite thing to happen in the history of the universe. Venue is now being blocked by a New York judge.
I love the long dick of the law sometimes. This is the trend that I see happening. Renewed interest in antitrust, especially with public visibility, is always a good thing. It's protecting consumers. I really feel
Shouts to Lena Khan. All right, next one. Apple TV pulling back its streaming budget after big losses, and a $20 billion investment into its streaming. As an aside, each episode of the new season of Severance, it has reportedly cost $20 million each.
But did you know that they don't have dinner provided on the Apple campus? Remember when we saw the busloads of the developers going in? They don't have dinner on that campus. Anyway, that's a fun use of money for Apple. They have thinner phones now, so and I think Severance probably got a little too real. I have no idea why it's $20 million per episode.
Where is the money going? Because no one has heard of any of these shows, and it's definitely not going to marketing. So I'm really surprised in the $20 billion. I guess it's like lining the morning show cast, pocket. Okay, next one. RDJ, shocker, loves money. Same task, different mask. He's now Victor Von Doom, as announced in Comic-Con. What do we think of this? He's back, baby.
Well, the people in the Academy Award nominations and voting committee must be feeling pretty fucking stupid. I mean, they haven't taken back Tom Hooper's Oscar after he made Cats, so...
Russos are also back. It's like 2017, 2016 again. Russo's back. RDJ
what else
back.
are they going to be doing? They tried.
Didn't we talk a Hercules musical on TikTok? I want to check in on that. What happened to that?
No, I don't think anything is coming out of that. Yeah.
All right, and this is another big one that came out of D23, Comic-Con circuit. Turns out, Daredevil Born Again is actually happening. A trailer came out.
You know what's not happening? Blade. Fuck you!
Listen, that's definitely happening.
Everybody
it's totally
that
happening.
cares about it. I wanted to see Mahershala Ali with fangs because that is my fetish, and Disney will not give this to me.
All right, I think that covered the summer. I think we covered all the news that we didn't get to cover each couple of weeks. So now that we're back on the air, we'll be regular with, all of our news. All right, so before the topic of today, let's recap how our listeners can tell us about how they discovered Chappell Roan and what their favorite song is currently.
I discovered it because I am a member of the LGBTQ community, and my favorite song teeters between Pink Pony Club and Casual. It's really like a, high-low sort of situation.
Pink Pony Club.
Exactly. But tweet and Instagram us, I don't know if that's a verb, at fullscreen_pod. You can reach out to us by email at fullyscreened@gmail.com. Check out our YouTube page where we upload full episodes with neat little visualizers. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, send us emails for your future episode ideas on anything you'd like to see us cover or address. Leave a comment or send an email.
We still read emails, it's still happening. It's not all just Reddit comments and tweets. All right, today's topic, we're doing our second corporate corner. The first one we did on Bella Bajaria, Auntie Bella, the chief content officer of Netflix. The second one, we're continuing a theme here, keeping it to the Desi gals. Brat Summer, Charlie, XCX, you know what I mean? Today we're doing it on Anjali Sud, the CEO of Tubi. Tubi! So yeah, we're gonna do like a little bit of a performance review. Her background, where she comes from, what has she done for Tubi, where do we go next with Anjali and Tubi? Anything to add?
This is very auntie like two Indian women get together to discuss the third one. Go, but what is she really doing? So let's get into it. Like let's whip out the chai and snacks.
Trust no auntie. Welcome to the C-Suite Spotlight. Since France is top of mind this summer, Marie Antoinette is top of mind this summer, the real heads know. It's time to storm the gates and grab some pitchforks. Let's go.
I mean, Marie Antoinette's mind is not on top anymore, if you know what I mean.
Guillotined. All right, so hard transition to a little bit of background on Anjali, how she came to be at Tubi. So she grew up in Flint, Michigan. Interesting.
Yeah, blue collar background. Her dad was a plant worker, so this is very much like the story of the American dream that we are fed. I don't really know if this is a transition possible anymore, but so yeah, I would say old gal has built herself up from the ground up. Yeah.
Went to Wharton, then Harvard, did an MBA at Harvard. So
oh god, she's so Indian. That's disgusting. Sorry.
Had to pad that resume, you know, like so the aunties having chai and biscuits. Yeah, it's good times. I do want to say, as an aside, she's like we mentioned, you know, Bela Bajaria is like an actual beauty queen, also like a really beautiful woman, very well dressed, and I think the same theme is happening with Anjali. She has an interview on the brand Argent. She wears a lot of suits, Anjali, and the interview, she does a little bit of modeling for the suits at Argent, and the interview is very enlightening as well. But anyway, she's got a great, iconic, fashionable look. Attractive CEO,
like a hot. When we say hot bitch, we're like, oh, she's so hot. She's making me sexist. That bitch, you know.
Following the good Indian girl path, started in investment banking, then moved on to Time Warner and worked on the M&A side. I think this is, you know, thinking back, like when you're young and you get involved in like mergers and acquisitions at a big company, it's a good way to like learn a lot about the industry really fast.
Wow. To use a Star Wars analogy for you, this is like if Anakin didn't meet Palpatine because she left that, right? Like imagine, because she is obviously the Anakin, and we know who I'm calling Palpatine here. It's David Zaslav. And imagine if their paths has crossed in the Warner Brothers, like because from Time Warner it became
Do you
Warner
think
Brothers
maybe she ran into him at the cafeteria or something? She must have seen him. You know?
I hope she quoted the famous line from Revenge of the Sith, because he
threw sand at him and then ran.
Well, they're kind of at opposite ends, right? And we'll go into this where Warner Brothers Discovery is like, get your Warner Brothers content here. We're just selling it off for free. We don't want it no more. And Tubi's kind of coming up and be like, ooh, this will look good in my living room. So
after Time Warner, she moved to marketing fully. So her next job was at Amazon, which has really become her focus and true strength, just like learning how tech works at Amazon. A pattern has emerged of like her spending 2 years here, 3 years there, different industries, different types of roles, different company sizes. She's moving quick and learning a lot. Very tech playbook, right, Raven? Very tech sort of career path. Like people are not lifers. People are not tied to a company like in other maybe traditional media, maybe in finance, but she's doing the career path of a techie.
Management and tech, definitely. Yeah. I don't think she's been involved in necessarily building something from the ground up, but she is part of, you know, what we call the transformation, or the cliche of the 10x growth, where you take something that is catering to maybe hundreds and now you're moving it to thousands of customers, which eventually you want to move into millions.
So she then, after I think 4 years at Amazon, she transitioned to, I wrote Venmo. Do you see this in the outline?
I did. I didn't want to say anything because I was like,
Vimeo. She transitioned to Vimeo. She spent 9 years there, so she was there for a while. She was head of marketing, then became CEO. Under her leadership, Vimeo became a very big player. It was, I have to say, when she kind of climbed the ranks and became CEO, it was like ubiquitous. Like hearing about Vimeo, it's not Venmo, in tech circles was really common. Product and tech meetups had representation from the company. Hiring at the company was on steroids. Product usage and product mentions and attention was skyrocketing for Vimeo. So I think she did, and that sort of like, that is her attention. She gets people talking. You know, that's her bread and butter. She turns heads. Very Leo of her, to be honest.
Oh, the entire pivot of what Vimeo was as a product also kind of happened in her regime. So that's also very interesting. Like I said, her specialty seems to be transformation. So yeah.
Correct. I think that's a good word. In 2023, then she was pulled in to be the CEO of Tubi. She has great interest, and she has mentioned this in interviews. She has great interest in like smaller companies, after especially Amazon will do that to you, Time Warner will do that to you. I think she realized like creating a transformative impact, an outsized impact, is possible in these places where you can sort of lean in and sort of influence the entirety of the picture. Few accomplishments really quickly. So it's been like not even a couple years, a year and a half that she's been at Tubi. She brought Tubi to 80 million monthly active users, launched the new creator studio, which I really want to talk about. I just found out about this, Raven. It's called Studios, studio and Tubi together.
Oh yeah.
Combined the product and tech team under one wing, because she's been very passionate about how tech and product cannot work in silos. They need to be in lockstep. She's onto something there. So she brought in Mike Bigoli, Pinterest, Meta, Instacart experience as CTO and CPO to ensure that product and tech continue to work under a same effective, efficacious strategy. Before I hand it off to you, Raven, I've been reading a lot of her interviews, and I collected some quotes that really stood out to me, so I'm going to say a few. Quote, "I believe my ability to add value to a company and my personal growth are inextricably linked." End quote. That really stood out to me. Like, if she's not growing, she's not contributing, so she leaves.
That I don't know if people can still do that in this fucking economy. That really sounds like a fairy tale right now. But
another quote, quote, "The standard outputs such as subscribers, bookings, and revenue numbers were important, of course, but the stat everybody rallied around was customer satisfaction. We were able to double it by having a small team spend a year building products. If you believe the future market will be big and you believe that you can build things to delight customers, you can figure out the rest. Pricing, how to go to market, how to drive revenue. That was the galvanizing turning point for us." End quote. The CSAT obsession, baby, let's go. And I think that's what's missing, Raven, isn't it? Like, I think in the streamers, Peacock, HBO, Netflix, everyone's sort of thinking about subscribers, revenue, increase money, ads, you know? No one's really thinking about the CSAT anymore. And yeah, that surprise and delight of the customer, if it's not immediately paying off, it will. It builds a long-term path for you.
So this is good future-proofing as well.
Future-proofing, correct. So another quote is, quote, "The way I think about strategy is there a problem to be solved? Is it a mission-critical problem? And can you solve it better than anyone else?" And end quote. And there was I think she follows it up with saying, like, when some things don't go as planned, she really hones in on, is it an execution problem or an idea problem? I really liked that. She's thinking like a product person, you know, even though she's been on the product marketing side, but she's thinking about as a product manager, as a CPO, and yeah, shouts.
All right, everyone. we're going to have to hand in your performance evaluation and your self-evaluation where everything is exceptional, because this is where we're evaluating the downstream impact. Quite a consequential person that we're looking at today with Anjali Sud at Tubi.
Yeah.
Because for one, I think that the general brand awareness for Tubi has shot up in her regime. So let's take a look at where she's gone in. I think it helps that she's coming from Vimeo because she's not discounting social media.
Did you say
as
Venmo?
A competitor. I said Vimeo. Which is not the platform where Zack Snyder whipped up fans for his Snyder Cut. I think that's another application that he uses. But anyway, she understands that Netflix isn't talking about Zack Snyder either. Hello. So understanding that internet isn't real life is another skill on its own. But on the converse side of that, Anjali seems to understand that Tubi is competing with TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube as well. And the fun thing for all of those platforms is that they don't spend any money creating content. It's the users that generate it. So she understands that there is a certain disadvantage to that, but
sorry, but I just reminded me that she had said that I'm not in the content, like we're not in the content economy, we're in the attention economy, right? And that makes, I think that's so deep, and I don't think David Zaslav or other people, Sarandos, understand this really.
Anjali's been pretty key in shaping like the new identity of Tubi. Like there was this massive rebranding that came out. Obviously, the most noticeable thing was that they changed their brand colors. They gave it a very distinct identity of the purple yellow combo, or I think internally they call it Turple. But again,
gorgeous.
The branding is unique. The branding seems fun, irreverent, loud, and seems focused towards understanding that they want to be a choice for younger consumers as well. It's got a pretty simple UI, which we, discussed in our freemium episode. So
check it out. We talked about Tubi and Pluto.
Yeah. Check it out, bitches. We just keep dropping nugget after nugget of information. It's just pure gold. But it's simple, easy to use, but that distinct branding, I feel, is where Anjali came in with her marketing background and worked with the chief marketing officer of Tubi to create that very specific brand. Quoting this from a Verge article, and recently landed a spot on the Nielsen monthly ranking of streaming services for the first time, not far behind the much better funded Peacock. The median age of its viewers is 39, dramatically lower than broadcast networks where primetime audiences range from a, quote, young 57 on Fox to Social Security eligible 64 CBS.
Wow,
so
39. Okay. That's not that. I'm not used to seeing that median age in stats for streamers.
No. I think they are understanding that they have the potential to make younger users gravitate towards them. They're reflecting that in their brand voice, and let me tell you, they're reflecting that in their price. Because at this economy, this is catering to an entire generation of individuals who will never be able to possibly own a home in 70% of the United States. So
just avocado toast for us. Thank you.
If it's free, there's no emotional investment in how you feel if the movie was good or bad. You'll just keep using it because it's a great place to keep going. They're doing some original programming, but they are, I think, very conscious of the fact that other streaming services, especially Netflix, they are hungry for that prestige. And so Tubi is literally we're not trying to make Emmy winners and Golden Globe winners here. We are doing content that people want to see. We'll give a steady paycheck to the people that make it, but we're not doing Beef. We're not doing The Crown. We're not even fucking doing Stranger Things, where it turns out to be a bigger hit than we expected. It's just like basic padding for original content.
This PC Magazine article title that I was just reading before recording, Raven, is called "Hear Me Out: Tubi's refreshingly old school approach is totally worth the ads," and it really recaps like the curation aspect, the hunger for like give us some prestige of other streamers is like not present here. Tubi rolls the dice, and Tubi just kind of trains your behavior to go with it. They're like, we're not catering towards you, but we guarantee you're gonna find something you enjoy. You know, ads are not invasive, no locked tiers like Peacock, and offers live TV benefits, offers the benefits of the days of yore without the live TV prices. And the thing that's like really stood out to me, all of this in a milder version existed before Anjali took over, right? It kind of like Tubi's sort of like scattered North Star existed. She really rallied it. She made that value prop clear, and she's like getting attention for it.
There was that Onion story, like Onion does a few really good corporate takes, and one of them was an article that says like new content on Tubi available after Tubi CEO goes like hunting in the bargain bin at the DVD section at Walmart.
It's true. I'd watch it.
I was like, maybe Costco, because there isn't a Walmart in the San Francisco area. But anyway, it's the CEO just going and being like, "Oh, we
half of the country rolled their eyes at you, Bay Area." Like, okay, get a Walmart.
What can I say? We love unions. Suck a big fat one if you don't like them. We have a Costco. They don't have a problem paying unionized workers. I wonder why.
You know what we have on the East Coast?
Kroger,
Walmart, and Costco. So. We also have NYPD, so, you know, balance.
Self-burn. But that was kind of the vibe of Tubi, was like, oh yeah, I don't have to go hunting in like the 50-pack DVD that you used to get in like the late 2000s and 2010s. You talked about studios, so they're like launching this new fan fuel studio to basically have user-generated content in one sense. They're partnering with Issa Rae's Color Creative Initiative to launch an incubation platform for up-and-coming filmmakers that are looking to break into the business. So it's not necessarily just like every average Joe creating something. There is a layer of curation. But this is a fun place to like maybe check out like student films and stuff like that. Like imagine if all of us could have seen Ari Aster's student film before he delivered Hereditary, and you know the reaction we would have to doing that. Okay, Kira's like popping her fangs out at the idea of that. I thought he was your daddy, but you know, daddy husband, sure. One of the most defining qualities about me being Indian is that I really don't like paying for shit. And Tubi tickles my taint just because of that. It keeps all of this old content. Like I can see things from before. Like it's not tagged with this ominous leaving soon tag where it's like hurry up and watch this shit, because it's still keeping all of this old stuff while being free. And the answer is simple. They're paying for it with ads. So you can, it's usually like the same ads for like the same Kia, which I'm never going to buy because I'm not driving in the city, and neither is Kira. We're not in driving cities.
Sorry, as an aside for ads, I was obviously do the customer comments, Qualtrics type research, and on Reddit, in the post that asked, deciding whether I should download Tubi or not, can you guys help? And among the posts that were like resounding yeses, like do it, you know, highly recommend, there was one, and I quote, honestly, there are good movies on here and it's free with very few commercials. Unfortunately, I've seen commercials showing a gay couple about to kiss while riding a bike. Who the fuck wants to see that in their home? Not me. It's very uncomfortable, and I don't want that being shown to my family and friends in my home. End quote. Listen, if it's not on ads in the New York subway to promote Tubi.
No, I agree. This is America. Gay couples should be kissing in a car like Henry Ford intended. Okay? What is this hippie ass riding a bike, sustainable, like non-fuel using lifestyle bullshit that you're trying to push on me and my kids? I want to see two gay men guzzling each other down the way that their car guzzles gasoline. You know what I'm saying?
Drinking a Bud Light. You know what I mean? Sharing that Bud Light.
Yeah, just passing the Bud Light to each other through their mouths. Yeah. And filling the car with Bud Light too. Like, why the hell not? A car that runs on Bud Light. Can you imagine a more American thing? Yeah.
Just put this in ads. Like, this is an ad. This is a free ad for Tubi. You know, if I didn't know about Tubi, I would Google it immediately after.
Ads are sometimes catered to you. So if you get a Coca-Cola ad after watching a video or in the middle of a video, it's not the person who made the video that decided to put a Coca-Cola ad. It's not even YouTube that decided to put the Coca-Cola ad. It is a combination of the ad marketing tech and them collecting data on you from every known interface you have touched, because it's totally okay to sell your data.
What have you been Googling, my guy? You know
exactly.
What I mean?
So if you're like, I keep seeing, ads for gay cruises everywhere, I'm like, okay.
Gays on bikes are following me. They won't leave me alone. ¿Por qué no los dos?
Yeah, exactly. Right? So that's how it works, guys. Maybe shut up, but I think that's what makes it's so easy to use, and the concept is so good, and the quality of the streaming is pretty decent. I have been able to fast forward and rewind, put captions. Those are the basic things I need. I don't need a pop-up interaction that tells me, did you know that this person was in this movie? First of all, I already knew that. I'm a fucking know-it-all. But the second thing is, I don't need that in my experience. I want to be locked into watching the movie. And I feel like Tubi understands that movies are where its bread and butter is, making it super easy for you to pick a movie. If you don't like it, just quit and watch something else. It's just that easy.
And we've done like the Tubi experience sort of analysis in depth in our previous episode, as we mentioned. It's just so clear that here's like as we hinted at, Tubi existed before, right? Tubi was doing fine before Anjali came on the scene. She's just made things so crystal, I think, within the company internally, so everyone is focused on a North Star, and the strategic points are really clear. I think people are working off of written documentation. People are updating their documentation. People, is very tech and product driven internally, and then externally, she's put this positive. It's just like it's Tubi has become a darling of the media and like the viewers. I haven't seen much criticism, so far. I haven't seen much criticism from users or media. It's a great alternative that's gaining steam. In context, right? Like, let's look at it contextually as Anjali goes on a roadshow of like, we're remaining free, we're free, like we have a lot more content than even a year ago, and we still remain free, and we have minimal ads, and it's a safe platform. Like, that is gaining a lot of attention and gaining steam. Big streamers are struggling. They're like, oh, let me add a free tier, let me add this icon that's a lock icon on your content to indicate that you can no longer watch this because you're on like a lower poor tier, or let me combine myself with Warner Brothers and try to create something that's potentially illegal in venue, and they're struggling and they can't figure it out. And Tubi and to some extent Pluto, they're like, we're cruising over here. We're fine. We're looking at TikTok. We're looking at YouTube. We don't care about you.
Free is king, dude. Free is king.
We love it. I don't think we'll do a full sort of final thoughts today because I think we covered our appreciation for Anjali, and what else is there to say before
I
we
think
end it?
again, for me to recap final thoughts, Tubi understands that like while other streaming services are hankering with prestige television, and it really is again prestige television that they're all concerned about.
Yeah.
Tubi is like, we don't care about the prestige anymore because we just want to be able to put out content for people to see. And there is prestigious content out there. Like, you know, motherfuckers are watching Lady Bird on there. So they're having a good time.
They got
accessing
so many
everything.
movies this summer. So many good movies.
Tubi and Pluto will continue to remain free, and we're probably going to start seeing even more streaming services offload their content like Max has been doing. They did Westworld and The Nevers. It's on Tubi, so yeah.
Before we go, your message for Anjali Didi, Anjali Auntie.
Yo, she's not auntie. She's only a few years older than me, I think. Yeah, thanks for getting all the success at this age, dickhead. I keep it free. Put more international content on it. I'd love to see some juicy K-drama, J-drama.
Yeah.
Fucking Indian drama as well. Come on.
Lean into anime, right?
Oh my god. No, the anime knows it has a chokehold on people, so like that's gonna be a little bit more tough. But yeah, if you get like Attack on Titan streaming on your service, your male viewers between age 18 to 25 is gonna spike. But yeah,
listen, lower that 39 even more. You know what I mean?
If someone in their 30s is like, I love Attack Titan, call the police, call Border Patrol, call the FBI, call paramedics, just everyone.
Call the NYPD.
I feel like a lot of people
we don't hate them that much.
I feel like the NYPD watches Attack on Titan, so
that would make sense.
Yeah.
All right, what are we doing next time?
We're doing some more like product fun things. We're going to look at the bounty of the fruitful summer of 2024. What happens when a summer follows the cultural phenomenon that was Barbenheimer? Like what does the summer box office say now? What are we seeing the trends? And talk about some of our favorite experiences in the summer movie theater.
God, I love the cinema, you know?
I love
popcorn
the cinema.
at the cinema. All right.
In the wall. From Alien Romulus. Is in the wall. It's in the wall. Oh God. I hope
some
that
of our
alien
offline conversation. Let's keep that off mic. That's just for us, you know? That's just between us. Private. Secret. Wonderful. Sparkling. All right. I'm excited about our next episode. That's it for today, guys. Until next time, full screeners. Bye.
Keep bumping that Brad beat.